gases that factor in gases. That gases is known because particles are they are apart from each other.
Okay, very good. So last question, class. What do you understand about longitudinal waves and what are these examples? Yes, Jane.
Longitudinal wave feature is a type of wave which particles of the medium are parallel to the direction of the wave's propagation, and its two parts feature are refraction and compression feature. The easy refraction feature occurs with rays, while the compression particles losses
Very good. So let's give yourself my tama ka class. 1, 2, 3, go.
1, 2, 3, may tama ka.
Wow. So teacher baby class already discussed the lesson 2. And now I will be discussing the lesson 3. But before that, who is that class?
Sky.
Sky. Sky is calling. Do you want to answer Sky?
Yes.
Okay, let us answer Sky. Alright, so looks like Sky has a problem here. Who wants to be the voice of Sky? Okay, Miles? Oh no, my helicopter is overheating. Some of my clothes aren't working because they don't conduct electricity properly. My winch won't lift and my camera is flickering. I need your help to figure out which materials are causing the problem and how we can fix it fast. Okay, thank you for that, Miles. So, Sky here said that her helicopter is overheating. Her tools aren't working because it doesn't conduct electricity properly. So she wants us to help her. Do you want to help her?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. So, but before that, based from the problems of Sky class, what do you think is our lesson for today? Yes, Alden.
factors of heat and electricity.
Uh-huh. Yes, very good. Let's give Alden 3 class. Okay, so our lesson for today is conductors of heat and electricity. So who can be the voice of Sky again? Yes, Christine.
Okay, Fox, my helicopter engine gets super hot. We need to find materials that can either keep heat away or help spread it out. Let's do the heat flow experiment and see what materials capture heat and what materials don't.
Okay, thank you, Christine. So, Sky said that her helicopter is super hot. She wants to know what materials conduct heat quickly for her to know what is the problem of her helicopter. So, she suggests that we will do an experiment time. And this experiment is entitled Heat Flow Experiment. And I want one volunteer. Okay, Erica. Okay, so the materials are here, Erica. Alright, Erica. I want you to pour the hot water into the basin carefully, Erica. Do I need to pour everything? Yes. You can pour all. Carefully. Okay, and I want you to put this material inside. Okay, observe class. Right, let us wait 1 minute. And while waiting, what do you think will happen to the materials? Okay, Rosie?
I think they will also get hot.
Okay, hold that answer, okay? And then another. What will happen to the materials? Yes, General? What do you think will happen? Any guess? Yes, passion carefully. Okay, so Erica, what did you feel after touching the material?
What I can picture is that the utensils in plastic picture is not that hot, while the utensils on made of metal picture is more hot than the plastic.
Thank you for that, Erica. And based from Rosie and FG, they have the same answer that the materials will get hot. Thank you for that, Erica. And this material class are the metal spoon and the metal fork. And this is a good conductor because it is made out of what? Metal. Very good. So metal is a good conductor. And the plastic spoon and fork is a poor conductor because it is made up of plastic. Another is made up of non-metal. Very good. So non-metal is a poor conductor. And this experiment is what we call the conduction. So conduction is the transfer of heat through direct contact. Plus, conduction has two mechanisms. The first one is the conduction in metal or the conductor. In the conduction in non-metal or the insulator. What is conduction in metal? Can you please all read? Conduction in metal or conductor. Materials that allow heat to pass through easily. Yes, thank you for that. So conduction in metal class or the conductor, it is the materials that allow the heat to pass through easily. Because there are tiny particles in conductor glass, and these particles is what we call the electrons. And these electrons glass are loosely bound to their atoms. So when we heat the metal glass, these electrons or free electrons will move faster, bumping to each other and spreading the heat to the metal. That's why the metal is quickly transfer or conduct heat. While the insulator glass or the conduction in non-metal, their electrons are tightly bound to their atoms. So when we heat the non-metal glass, their electrons move slowly only because it is difficult to spread the heat because of the insulator. So that is why the insulator is a poor conductor. But it is help us to prevent burns and heat. Understood, class? Yes. Okay. So Sky is here. She said, but what are those conductor and insulator materials? Let us see. So we will have an activity. It's called conductor or insulator. You will answer if the picture that I will be showing is conductor or an insulator. Okay? Yes. Okay, so first picture. Metal key. Is it a conductor or insulator? Yes, Tristan. Conductor, let's see. Yes, it is conductor. Next, rubber gloves. Yes, DJ. Insulator. Yes, it is insulator. Give Tristan and DJ the round of applause. Okay, so class, can you give me any examples of conductor materials? Yes, Pizza? Any louder voice? Nail. Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, frying pan. Insulator. Any hand? Yes, Isabella? You try? Yes. Okay. Yes, Shane? Okay, Bowman, give yourself a round of applause. Very good. Okay, so did both can give me the voice of Sky? Yes, sure. Great. That shows genre. It needs an electricity to function, but something is preventing the flow. Let's see what flow this is. Okay. But first, let us know what is electricity. So electricity class, it flows through a circuit. This circuit needs sources and a wire to function and let the electricity flow. But how do electricity flows? And with that, we will have an experiment again. And this experiment is a video recorded, and I want you to observe properly because after I will be asking question, okay? Yes, teacher. Okay, very good. Okay, so what we observe class? What happened to the bulb when it's connected? What happens when it's connected to the wire to the bulb? To the battery? Yes, Jane.
The bulb lights up because of the electricity of the circuit.
Yes, very good. Let's give Jane 3 claps. So the bulb will light up because the electricity flows through the circuit. And this is what we call the current electricity. All girls, can you please read what is current electricity? Yes. So current electricity class, it is like a river of electricity flowing through the wire. And these wires carries an energy that makes our devices and appliances to power. So, electric current has parts. I want you to identify what are the parts that you can see on the screen. Okay, anyone? Okay, Isabella. Yes, switch. Another. Yes, Daisy.
The battery.
Yes, battery, Rosie.
The bulb, teacher.
Yes, the bulb. And another. Sandra.
The wire, teacher.
Yes, the wire. So all your answers are correct. Give yourself 5 claps. Okay. So parts of an electric current class are the electrical circuit, the supply, the load, the conducting wire, the switch, and the fuse. So let us break down one by one. Let us first know the electrical circuit. Electrical circuit class, it is a closed path of an electricity to load. Just like the video experiment, the wire that connected to the battery and to the bulb, it formed a closed path, making it the electricity to load. And the next one is the supply. Take note class. Supply is the source of the electricity. So from the video a while ago class, what is the supply there? Yes, Erica.
Is it the battery?
Yes, the supply there is the battery. Next part is the load. The load class, it is the device that uses the battery or that uses the electricity. So the load, it means the electricity there. Yes, Johnny.
Is it the bulb?
Yes, it is the bulb. Very good. Next, the conducting wire. Conducting wire class, it is a wire that conducts an electricity. It is connected to the load and to the supply, just like the wire a while ago. And next, the switch. What do you think is the function of the switch class? What's an idea here? Any hand? Yes, Isabella?
Like if the use of the switch there's not
Yes, very good, Isabella. So switch class, it is a device that will turn prevent the possibility of fire. So again, what are the 6 parts of electric current? Okay, thank you. Give yourself a round of applause. Okay. So Sky is here. Welcome to board to Sky. Yes, Tony. Great work. You discovered how do electricity works and the parts of an electric current that also help you amplify language and color. Wow, thank you. So Sky said that you did a good job, class. You know what are the parts of the electric current and how do the electricity flows. That will help her to fix her camera and her helicopter winch. Oh, Sky is here again. Yes, Jane, do you want to be the voice of the sky? Yes, teacher.
We know, Pops, my helicopter also rotates because of the sun. The sun's energy is the form of green energy.
Yes, thank you for that, Jane. So, Sky said that it is not the conduction of why her helicopter are overheating, but also it is about the sun and also to the sun, because the sun make her helicopter also to overheat and in the form of radiant energy. So what is radiant energy? Can you please read? Yes, Alessia.
What is radiant energy? Can be felt when the emitting source is warmer than the positive source.
Okay, thank you for that, Alessia. So radiant energy class, we can feel the radiant energy when an object is warmer than our body temperature. So if an object, just like the hot water, if this is warmer than just like the fire class, it is warmer than our body temperature. So this fire will send a radiant energy to our body, makes our body too warm also. Because radiant energy class is constantly exchanging through with our surroundings. Okay? Understood, class? Yes, teacher. Okay. So there are factors of affecting absorption. The first one is the color. Can you please read? Yes, Charlie.
So color, darker colors absorb more radiant energy than lighter colors, which is why black surfaces get hotter in the sun.
Okay, thank you. So first factor is the color class. When we are wearing dark colors or black color and we're exposing to the sun, we can feel the heat of the sun. Because the darker the colors class, the more radiant energy absorbed. While the lighter the colors, the less radiant energy absorbed. So can you give me any other colors? Dark colors. Yes, Katrina. Black. Yes, black. Yes, Kaisa.
Red, teacher.
Yes, red. Angel.
Violet.
Yes, violet. Another one. Brown. Yes, Nello. Wow, then give yourself 5 class. Very good. And the next factor class is the surface area. So larger surface area absorb more radiant energy. For example, is the solar panel. Can you observe that the solar panel is a large surface? So the solar panel absorbs more energy from the sun. So can you give me another large area that absorbs more radiant energy? Yes, Janunya? Yes, the roof. Sorry for that. Yes, the roof. Another, yes, difficult. Yes, the ground. So give yourself my tamang takla. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. My tamang ka. Okay. So now we will be discussing the light absorption, the reflection, and the transmission. Yes, thank you for that, Dave. So, when the light hits a dark cloud, most of the light absorbed just like with radiant energy. And this is what we call absorption. When light strikes a material, most of the light absorbed. Just like the radiant energy, that the darker the colors, the more radiant energy absorbed. While the darker the colors, the more light absorbed. And next, Janyo, Kaisa, can you light the mirror? How do you observe when the light hits the mirror? Yes, Rosie.
The light bounces back into the ordinary light.
Yes, let's give Rosie 3 claps. So, when the light hits a mirror glass, the light bounces back. And it bounces back at the same angle where the light hits the mirror. So, it is what we call reflection. So, reflection is when a light strikes a smooth surface, it bounces off and it reflected. And the next, yes, Janyo, can you light the yes? Okay, so what have you observed? What happened to the light when it... Yes, Nova.
The light passes through the container.
Yes, turn to the speed, Nova. Round of applause. Okay, thank you, Janino, Kaisa, and Faye. Let us give them a round of applause for the demonstration. Okay, so when the light hits the plastic container glass, the light passes through. And it is what we call transmission. So transmission is when a light strikes a transparent material, it passes through. So again, class, what will happen to the light when it is hits the dark cloth or the dark material? Yes, Wani?
Absorb the light.
It absorbs the light. And this is what we call absorption. Very good. How about when a light hits the mirror glass? Yes, Jennifer? Reflect light. Yes, reflect the light. And this is what we call reflection. And if the light glass will hit or will strike to the transparent material, what will happen to the light? Yes, Celestia.
It passes through and has what we call transmission.
Yes, if it passes through or the light passes through, and it is what we call transmission. Very good. Now, can you please all read what did Sky said?
Good job, Pops. I know now how the light absorbs, reflects, and transmits.
Okay. So Sky said that you did a good job, class. I want you to tap your shoulder and say, good job, self. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Good job, Self.
Okay. So to continue, there is a title. Is it time? Okay, so to continue, let us call Teacher Belen. Okay, let us welcome Teacher Belen. Let us say, hello, Teacher Belen.
Hello, Teacher Belen. Alright, so thank you for that, teacher. Okay, so are you okay, guys? Yeah. Are you still there? Yes. Alright, so now class, since you're done talking about the conductors of heat and electricity, now let's proceed to the electrical conduction through gases. So now, here, what is semiconductor? So that before we can talk about semiconductor class, you should know first what is conductor and insulator. But I guess you already know this because teacher Ruby already discussed it, right? So now can you want to add on? Yes? Very good, that's right. So, conductor class, it is a substance or a material that conducts electricity. Alright, so, what have you seen in a picture class? Alright, so that is an atom. So, atom class consists of three subatomic particles. So, can someone tell me what are they? Yes, can I have one? Yes. Very good, that's right. So now, what electrical charge do protons carry? Yes, can I have Rosie? Positive charge. That's right. So what about the electron? Another hand? Yes, can I have Jane? Negative charge. Negative. That's right. Very good. So now, what about the neutron? Do you have any idea, class? Yes, can I have praise? Very good, that's right. So, can some, right, so, you can give a 5 claps to everyone. So now, class, in order to conduct electricity, the electrons here, this one, this white, the electrons here need to move around because the protons and neutrons are down in the atomic number. So here, class, the electrons that you see here in the outermost shell of an atom is what we call valence electrons here. So now, these valence electrons in a series of energy creates an energy band, which is here valence band. So the electrons here, class, the electrons here can come into an empty band, which is called the conduction band. So what have you observed, class? Is there any gap between the two? No. Very good. So because in conductors class, there is no gap between valence band and conduction band. So the electrons here from the valence band can move easily or can jump easily into the conduction band when the energy is provided by an applied voltage. So did you understand, class, the conductors? Yes. The conductors is no gap. So, alright, and on the other hand, insulators are the substance or a material that do not conduct electricity, right? Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Alright, so unlike conductors, insulators have a large gap between the valence band and the conduction band, right? Yes. Very good. So the electrons here, the valence electrons here, cannot reach the conduction band, therefore there is no electricity flows. Did you get the point? Alright, so in conductor class there is no gap between the two, while in insulator there is a large gap between the two. So now class, upon knowing all the conductors and insulators, what do we mean by the semiconductor? So now can someone read? Yes, can I have Jakshi?
So, material which have a density between conductors and insulators.
Alright, very good. So, in other words, class, semiconductor is a material or a substance that has properties between the conductors and the insulators. So, the semiconductor class is in between with the conductors and the insulators. So, the most widely used material in semiconductor class is yes? Alright, so take note of that class. class, semiconductor, however, in semiconductor class, there is only the small gap between the two. Did you see? Can you see that there is a small gap between the two? Yes, that's why the electrons can move around or can jump easily in the conduction band when